Hey guys, welcome to the daily news analysis of 5th of January. Guys, the very first news is here about Jungle Mahal Utsav, which is recently inaugurated at Jharkhand district of West Bengal. So, what does this word Jungle Mahal, guys? So, basically, Jungle Mahal is a southwestern region of West Bengal, which consists of four districts mainly called Purulia, Bankura, Jhargram, and West Mednipur, right? And it is, guys, quite located in this, orange color, right? So this whole region consists of Jungle Mahal, and this Jungle Mahal Utsav will also be inaugurated recently on Jhargram. This here is the location of Jhargram. All right. So what is it, guys? It is basically a festival which is basically organized in order to promote the tribal art and cultural of this whole tribal region, under which different folk songs and dances of tribal people will be performed by the locals living in and around Jungle Mahal region of this Purulia, right? So this was about this news. Next news is about bomb cyclone. Actually, a massive winter storm called the bomb cyclone is hammering recently the eastern coast of United States of America, and it is said that this cyclone with itself will bring snow, ice, flooding, as well as strong winds, right? So what is it, guys? Basically, this bomb cyclone. This is a mid-altitude temperate cyclone, right? And how temperate cyclones are formed? When the air masses, two different air masses collide with each other under the application of Coriolis force, right? So it leads to the circulation of the air in a counterclockwise direction. Pardon me for my language, guys. Actually, my English is a bit of lower side, so at times it happens that my conversation, I just stuck between the two different sentences, right? So pardon me for that. Anyways, I'll try my level best to make you understand it a very lucid language. Yeah, so under the influence of this Coriolis force, the two air mass collide with each other, which results in the formation of counterclockwise cyclone. All right, and since it is done in the it happens in the temperate region, so it is a mid latitude cyclone, right? And it has been named as bomb cyclone. So it might be asked that recently bomb cyclone was in news. So what was the region where it has came? So this might be the question of like UPSC, which UPSC people might ask you. Next news is about Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Surakhsa Yojna. It is a scheme which is implemented by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and this scheme was in news because Union Cabinet has recently approved for the setting up of AIIMS Medical College in Bilaspur district of Himachal Pradesh. Now see, this is the region of Bilaspur district of Himachal Pradesh, and let's see about this Yojna. Yeah, basically this Yojna came up in India in the year 2003, in which the scheme came with two components. The first component was the setting up of new AIIMS institute in different regions, so that the medical education could be more proliferated in our country. All right. As well as the second component is upgradation of the governmental medical college, right? Now under it, since it has under this Yojna there will be construction of AIIMS Medical College. So indeed, this is a good news for our medical students also, because if AIIMS will be open, then the number of seats will also increase. And this is about it. And regarding this Yojna, guys, one of the another main aim of this Yojna is to correct the regional imbalances which is occurring in regard to the affordability and reliability of the tertiary healthcare services. Because see, healthcare services, though it is provided in different regions of India, but the affordability and reliability is not there, right? So under this Yojna, under the Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojna, the main aim is to to make this regional imbalance balanced, right? And provide different augmentation facilities so that medical infrastructure as well as medical education could be improved in and around Indian region. Next news is about NABARD Amendment Bill 2017. Actually, the bill seeks to amend the NABARD Act 1981, and few of the new provisions are there under the bill. So let's see those provisions. The bill allows the central government to increase the capital which earlier central government awarded to NABARD. Earlier the limit was 5k crore, that is 5,000 crore, but now the limit has been increased to 30,000 crore. And the funding will be done by the central government only after the consultation with RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India, right? Now, next provision under the bill is that earlier the system was that the government plus RBI together had 51% of share in NABARD, right? But now under this bill it has been said that the government must hold 51% by itself, by government, by the central government only, right? There shouldn't be coordination of RBI within that 51%. Next recommendation is the bill replaces the terms like small scale industries and the industries in tiny and decentralized scale, which were earlier being used. And after if this bill gets implemented, then those terms will be replaced by the terms which is given in MSME Development Act 2006, and those terms are micro enterprise, small enterprise and medium enterprise. Now the bill also substitute references to provisions of Companies Act 1956 under the NABARD Act 1981 with reference to the Companies Act 2013, and these include the provisions that deal with definition of government company as well as qualifications of auditors. Next news is about Indo-Myanmar Agreement on Land Border Crossing. See, the Union Cabinet has basically approved an agreement in which the agreement has been signed is going to sign between the Indian and Myanmar government on land border crossing. Up till now, there is a scheme of free movement regime under which the tribal area from both sides of the border, they can move up till 16 kilometers, that is 16 kilometers to the different countries' jurisdiction, right? Without having any passports or visa. Means the tribal people who is inhabiting the border regions of India, they can move to Myanmar and they can move up till 16 kilometers of Myanmar. Similarly, the same thing can be done by the Myanmar citizens also. If they are tribal, because it is said that the both side of the region are having cultural relationship with them, right? And it is not it is not logical for the government to ask for the tribal communities that they should also possess these passports and all in order for the movement. So that's why both the government have agreed that okay, we are conducting this free movement regime under which the movement could be allowed up till the 16 kilometer range only. But after this cabinet approval of this agreement, it is said that those people of both the countries whosoever have even the valid passports and visas, the movement of the people will be facilitated at a very easy rate, so that the economic and social interaction between the people of both the countries could be enhanced. Now it will be very much strategic move by the India per se, because we have the strategic aim of Act East policy, right? And to Act East policy, for the better fulfillment of this Act East policy, to better realize this Act East policy, it is very important that Myanmar, support Myanmar. We should get the support of Myanmar government, right? Because Myanmar is the country through which we are getting the connectivity to Southeast Asia, right? So indeed, this let's see about this agreement. Though it is up till now approved, but not has been signed. But after it gets signed, then again we will discuss about it, right? Next news is about take steps to use funds. Actually, a parliamentary panel has asked the environment ministries that what are the steps that this has been taking by you to use the funds which are still underutilized at your account. So the environmental ministry has said that we have not used the account just because of the 3 reasons. Those reasons they have mentioned is, first is we are not getting any competitive proposal for the criteria of funding. Say for example, if the government wants to funding any environmental project, then government don't fund themselves. What government does is government hire any company, right? They just patch up with company and they ask that company that okay, you do that project and we'll pay you, right? So this kind of things are done in a competitive manner, but the government is telling that in environment sector we are not getting such kind of competitive bidding. That's why we have not invested up till now. And also there at times situation occurs when there occurs a duplication of schemes with different ministries. Means one ministry says that no, that investment in under my jurisdiction, and the different ministry says that no, that investment is under my jurisdiction, right? So under those kind of situations, we are not utilizing this fund. If the resolution, I mean, if these whatever the confusion is there, if all those confusion get resolved, after that we'll be spending this money, right? And the third reason they are keeping is that funding is being non-attractive to the investors are not seeing any business prospects in these kind of investment, right? So that's why we are also not coming forward much more to invest. But if at all we get in future some sort of competitive proposals, then we will surely invest the money which is kept with us, right? Now, why I have discussed this news, guys? Because before few days there was a news regarding Campa fund, right, in which 42,000 crore fund is still being there, but that is not being utilized. And though that is only the news here also. So in mains question they might ask you that in many sectors of the government the funds are there, but those funds are utilized. So the question might be framed that what you think, that what are the reasons that why those funds are kept underutilized, right? And suggest some measures. So under the why part you can include these points, right? Next news is about Marayur jaggery, guys. Now Marayur jaggery is basically a sugarcane jaggery product which is produced at the Marayur Kantanallur belt in Kerala, right? And this is the Marayur Kantanallur belt, all right? And it is being said that this Marayur jaggery will be given the geographical indication tag, and for this the IPR cell of Kerala Agriculture University went to these sugarcane farmers and all the stakeholders at Marayur to consult with them that what should be the provisions. So let's keep that apart, but let's discuss that about this sugarcane which is grown in Marayur Kantanallur belt, right? So the jaggery produced from this sugarcane is of high quality due to the climatic and geographical factors that is prevailing in this region, all right? And here jaggery is traditionally made in farm units and is distinguished by its brown color and sweet taste, which are not found in the jaggery of the region nearby, right? So that's why they have proposed previous year that our jaggery must come in GI tag, so that the business of these the farmers who are associated with this jaggery farming, that is Marayur jaggery farming, that might get increased, as well as we'll get to touch the international market, right? So this was the news. And regarding the GI geographical indication, yesterday I've already discussed, so I'm not going to discuss that again. Anyways, next news about Deoband school. Actually this was a news because Deoband school has recently issued a fatwa, and they have asked the Muslims to avoid those family that raises haram money which is being earned by the banking job. Means this school want that the Muslims must not work in any kind of banks, right? Because banks are considered haram in Muslim, in Islam religion, right? Now, what is Deoband school? We are reading about Deoband school because it is important for our historical perspective. Because in history also, this is mentioned, right? So these are basically very orthodox school who act as a guardian of Islam in India, and they only wanted to purify Islam and purify that Islam which they think that has been adulterated by the Britishers, right? And they support the causes of middle and lower class Muslim, and they also support the traditional Muslim education in India, which is based on Wahhabi traditions, right? And yeah, this was about it. And one more term, guys, about Islamic banking. I thought of discussing it with you because before few days it was in news that Islamic banking will come, and the Islamic banking basically has a provision under which the Muslims can keep their money under the Islamic banking, but they will not be given interest rate, right? That was the condition, but that condition has not been accepted by the RBI, so that has failed. So anyways, this was a term which I thought of explaining it to you, because in any kind of silly examinations or UPSC even, they might ask you about Islamic banking also. So just read about it, right? And make a note of it in your note copy. Next news is about the important schemes of formed by World Women and Child Development Ministry regarding the empowerment of women sector. So every schemes are kept in a 2 slides. So I thought of explaining it with you so that you are getting every schemes related to women at a single 2 slides, right? So first scheme is regarding Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. Actually, it is a comprehensive program which is being implemented to address the declining child sex ratio, all right, as well as the issues which is related to the empowerment of women. Second, the scheme is regarding Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojna, under which a cash incentive will be given to the pregnant as well as nursing mother, right? Now, the cash incentive will be given to the only those mother who are giving institutional deliveries. Who are giving the deliveries at the governmental hospitals, right? Only those mothers will be given. And it's not that if you are producing 5 to 6 children, for every children you will be given the cash incentive. No, just for the first 2 children only, right? So yeah, this is a scheme basically for pregnant and nursing mother. And now, who are the nursing mother? Those mothers who breastfeed their children, right? They are called the nursing mother. Now, next is a scheme for adolescent girls, and this scheme is for the age group of girls who is coming under the age group of 11 to 18 years. And the main aim is to empower and improve the social status of girl by providing them nutrition, life skills, home skills, as well as vocational training opportunities, right? Next news is about Pradhan Mantri Mahila Shakti Kendra scheme. Actually, it is a community participation scheme in order to empower the rural women, and it will be done through the involvement of students, volunteers. Next news is next scheme is basically National Creche Scheme, which aims to provide daycare facility to the children of age group 6 months to 6 years. Now, what is creche? Creche are those area where the mother, working mother can keep their child, all right? And that area must, by the government policy, it must be within a certain range of the place where the woman is working, right? So National Creche Scheme is also there by the government, right? Under which the government will make creche facility scheme near the any governmental institutions, right? Nearby governmental institution. Next news is about Rashtriya Mahila Kosh. This basically aims to provide microcredit to the poor women for various livelihood support and income generating activities at concessional terms in a client friendly procedure, so that see, if these poor women will get money at a concessional terms, then they will see that okay, government is helping me at a concessional term, so I must return it back at a very good, at a proper time, so that in future also the prospects will increase for me getting loan from the different other institutions, right? Next news about Swadhar Grey, which basically provides relief and rehabilitation to destitute women and women in distress, those women who are distress basically. Next news is about Ujjwala scheme, and it is basically for the victims of trafficking, right, and sexual exploitation. And under this Ujjwala scheme, there will be prevention of trafficking and there will be rescue, rehabilitation and reintegration of the victims of trafficking women, so that this woman could also be reintegrated to the society. Next scheme is about one stop center and women health line scheme, under which those women whosoever is being affected by violence, they can directly make their complaint to the Women and Child Ministry. So under these schemes, they will be the victim woman will be provided range of services like medical aid, police assistance, legal aid, case management, psychological counseling, as well as temporary support services. Next news is about gender budgeting scheme. It is being implemented as a tool for mainstreaming gender perspective at various stages of planning, budgeting and implementation. See, what happens in gender scheme is, say for example, there is a scheme being implemented by government, and if at all that scheme is, say for example, I'm just giving you a vague example, right? One scheme is governmental is implementing, in which government will give 100 rupees to each and every people of a region, right? And say for example, that region consists of 70 men and only 30 women. And if, see, government has said that we will provide 100 bucks to every person, means every people will get 100 rupees, right? So men will also get 100 rupees and women will also get 100 rupees. But since the quantity of women is less, that is only 30 women are there, so it might be possible that the government will give those women 120 or 130 rupees, right? There's under gender budgeting scheme, the main thing I just want to make you understand is that gender is considered while making any provisions, any schemes, all right, which is to be implemented at ground level, right? So gender budgeting scheme provision is also there for the empowerment of women. So this was all about the today's news, guys. And yesterday's like aim you have completed, that was 15. Yeah, so congratulations to all of you guys. So today's like aim I'm keeping off 20 likes, right? So let's complete it as soon as possible. I just want to see it, right? So yeah, we'll meet in next class, guys. Till then, bye bye, take care, and till then, whatever you want to do, man, just do it. Just don't trouble me, mother, right? So bye bye, take care.